Hello guys, and welcome back to a new episode of Dust and Elysian Tale. In the last episode we gathered about everything there is to gather in this game, except stuff in the last area that we haven't been to yet. And in this episode we will go and take on all of the 6 trails that we have found throughout our journey. And the first one is right here in Amadeus Forest, so let's head there and see if we can take it on without too much trouble. It shouldn't be a big problem now, because we are pretty strong, so we shouldn't die if we take a few hits or stuff like that. Anyway, these trails give you a certain amount of points for different tasks you can complete in here. There are lanterns you have to break to gain points, which will give you 500 points for each one you break. There are also enemies and hazards in these things, depending on which one you're in. Some only have hazards and yeah, some don't have enemies and stuff like that. But if you get hit by any of them, you will lose 100 points for each hit. You will also gain 100 points for each second you have to spare when you exit this area, because you will get a timer, and the timer will count down, and in some areas it can be pretty tricky to get to the goal before the timer runs out. Anyway, without further ado, let's head into this one. And this is by far the easiest one for us now, because it is full of enemies that are pretty weak. They are strong for Amadeus Forest level, but they are not strong for us. The fire you will have to watch out for, and the lanterns, I broke one of them. You can see a counter for them over at the the right side, and they will turn lighter blue when you get one. You can also see the timer and my points. How many points you need to get a good rank depends on which challenge you're in. So that varies a little bit. You can also not progress onwards if you don't defeat every enemy here, but it's not a big deal anyway, because you can defeat them so quickly that it doesn't really matter. And a couple of slimes, and make sure you don't jump before you take that one, and that's it. So let's see how many points we got. I believe with that time we should have plenty to get through this, and I went through this a little bit slower than I otherwise would, because I wanted to explain stuff, but I think that's a pretty good score. And we got 4 stars, so that is good. And we also get a prize, which in this case is a strength solve. It's not too good, because this challenge was available for us long ago. Some challenges have good prizes even still. But that we won't get just yet, because now we're here. Anyway, I'll try to get 4 stars on the first run and in every single one of them, but some are a bit more tricky to do so in. So if I don't get it, I will go back and I will play through it until I get 4 stars, and then I'll show you the run where I get what I need. And that won't be commentated probably, because I can't sit and commentate on everyone in case, you know, I end up sitting here for quite a while, because sometimes you make stupid mistakes, you know, and you end up not doing what you want to. And yeah, that is too bad. Anyway, moving on. The second challenge should be in Aurora Village. So I'll see you when we get to it. And here we are. And in this one, we have an item. Except the item that we will get at the end. You'll always get the same item at the end, no matter how many points you get. So don't worry about getting good points for a better prize. You'll get the same prize, whatever you manage to do. As long as you reach the end and survive, you'll get the same prize. So no worries about that. But anyway, there is an extra item in here, and that might screw up the score a little bit. And just a warning, I'm not a good speedrunner in any sense of the word, or both words actually. I'm not a speedrunner and I might not be good at it. So I'll just try my best and hope it works, so let's go. And these are mostly cycle based, so we should be able to get some good movements in here if we catch the right cycles early on. So I'll try to do that, but no promises. I'll do my best to do everything in a good way, but that was not good for my time. So we will just move on and hope I don't screw things up. Come on. Ooh, yeah, got hit by the fire. That is a big hazard in here. Lots and lots of fire, and you'll see even more soon. And that I will try to get into as quickly as possible. Catch the first cycle here. Skip the first flame bar thing, and you'll have to move quickly because the past one will start blowing fire at you very quickly after the first one stops. And if you catch the first cycle on the other guy there, or the very first fire bar, you will be able to pass that swirling thing before it's too late. And that is good. Now let's see. That was all. So now let's just catch this. And whoops, that was the wrong way. Sorry. And I think that went well. Let's see. You can skip this, but I think it's very nice to watch it even so, just to see how things went. Now let's see. How's my time bonus? Very nice. Not enough, sadly, so I will go through it once more. But first of all, we have a wetsuit here. It's not too good. It's not even that good for what this challenge is, because it's kind of tricky to go through without good defenses because of all the fire. So yeah, this is not the best prize. But I'll try to go through this a couple more times, and I'll see how it goes, and then I'll show you if I manage to do it properly. And there we go. As you can see, we can afford to mess up a little bit, in this one at least. But it is a little bit tricky to go through because of all the fire, and it's so long, so you'll easily mess up before the end at least one time. So I'm not too fond of this one, just because of all the fire that knocks you backwards. There are some others with lots of fire, but this one I don't like too much for some reason. Maybe because it's so long, and yeah, don't know. Anyway, we'll move on again, and the next challenge we'll go to is in the glade. So I'll see you there in a moment, and then we'll go through that. And here we are. This is the third one. It is an interesting one. It's not too long. It takes a very short amount of time, and I think you have 30 seconds to begin with, and you have to be kind of precise with some things. So let's just start off and run along. You can get past this first fire here, but I like to not test my luck too much with these guys, because then I'll end up losing more time than I'm gaining, and that's not good. So we'll just try to play it safe this time. It's good to have the double jump here, so you can get up here, but it's not required, I believe. Or maybe it is. No, it's not required because you only need the iron grip to get in here. But that went surprisingly well, actually. I think that was 4 stars right off the bat. Come on now. Yeah, thank you. That was very good. I think that was one of my best runs through that area, especially when playing it safe. I have tried to skip the fire a couple of times and gotten faster times, but yeah, I don't want to try that too many times because it easily gets frustrating and tedious. And yeah, I don't know why the challenges are laid out in this order, because the moves you get and the way you get access to them, it's not lined up in any sort of explainable way. Yeah, you get the iron grip after you can just walk into places, so far it seems like it makes sense, but it really doesn't. Anyway, we got the spectral vest from this one, and that is very good, as you know. Not too good for us anymore, but it was good once. Excuse me. And now let's just move on, and the next place we're going to is in the caverns. So I'll have to go quite a far distance to get to it, but you won't have to watch that. And here we are again. This challenge right here is about fire and sliding along the floor, and it is kind of interesting. You have to find the right way to slide before you can do it properly. Luckily I'll show you. So let's just go along here, and you'll have to start sliding pretty far away from the place you want to go into, because otherwise you'll get stuck under the floor there. Now this one is full of fire, and it can be a little bit frustrating to deal with, because it's easy to mess up here, like there. Sorry. And yeah, you want to go along this way because the firebars are swirling that way. So yeah, that is the best way to go about it. And the one in the middle here never stops blowing out fire, so yeah, don't wait for it. And that was kinda bad. Not too bad, but I don't think I got the score I wanted, especially with being hit too, so that doesn't help much. Let's see now. Only 8,000, so I'll have to go through that a couple more times and see how it goes, but we have a warrior's pendant, and as you might remember, we got the blueprint for this thing, and it is extremely good. So yeah, I think since we had it here, and I was considering making it, but since we got it here, we should just wear it right away. And that is what we'll do. So I'll just go through here a couple more times, how many times it takes, and see if it works out. So see you in a moment, I guess. And I think that was it, so hopefully that gives me the score I want. And if not, I am very disappointed, because that was a good run, despite a couple of hits, but yeah, I got it. So now we have 4 stars in this one too. So next we will move on to the Sorrowing Meadows. So see you in a moment. Once again I have to go quite a distance to get there, but I will cut that out as usual, so see you then. And now we're here. This one is pretty special compared to the other ones with their fire and enemies and stuff. This is all about wind and spikes. So we'll have to just follow along the wind and do our best to not get hit. Having the boost jump here is very good, and it might help you out quite a bit. Anyway, no! Yeah. Make sure you get into that, otherwise you will have to go through the wind once more, and you don't want that. Also, don't jump into that right away, because that will make sure you don't get all of these lanterns. And you want them a lot to get all the points you can. And now, just get a few more. The last one, and boost jump to the top, and we are through. I think that went very well, actually. So with that time bonus we should have the score pretty easily, actually. Shouldn't be much of a problem. No, it's not. So that one isn't too difficult if you have the bonus or the boost jump and stuff like that. You'll have to know when to boost jump though. So pay attention to how many lanterns you've gotten and stuff like that. And pick up our reward. It's not too good, but it's good for grinding up items if you want them. So we'll skip using that for now, and then we'll move on to the last challenge, because now we've gone through 5 of them, and that should do it. So now we are moving out, and I will see you at the last one in Archer's Pass. And here we are at the last one. Now this one is very interesting compared to the previous ones. First of all, we won't bother with the timer. I just want to go in here and show you what it's all about. These things. These are teleporters, as you know. But that makes the path we have to go through kind of tricky. So, I'll show you exactly what the fastest path is, as I believe. But first, we are going to find a chest. So, as you saw, the order was green, yellow, orange. And that is all you have to do to get to this chest right here. And your time will suck after this, so we will have to go through this challenge once more, much quicker. Hey, get down here. Thank you. Massive augment. It is very good, but we have something much better. So we won't be using it, but it will give us some good money. And that was the chest. So, now we are back to start, and instead of completing it, I will just leave the area real quick and go back in. Because that will reset it. There are a couple of ways to reset it. You will have to complete it, die, or leave the area. But that's about it. So now, I will go through what I believe is the fastest route. So just try to keep up with what I'm doing, because this will go fast. And I must also warn you, if you are a bit sensitive to flashing and can get motion sickness and stuff like that, you might not want to look too closely, because it could be a bit tricky to watch. I'm not sure, but it could be. So watch for a little while and judge that yourself if you have problems with that. Otherwise, I hope you can follow along, because now we are going, and it will be fast, and we will try not to touch the ground a lot, and I want to do it right first time around. So yeah, whoops, not touch the ground. And in there and into the blue one, which will take us up here, and we can... No, that was bad. I missed one. So take that one, and we are now here into the yellow, and get these two into the cyan one, and we are done. I don't know if that gave me the bonus I wanted. I don't think so. I think I needed 3 seconds bonus, and that doesn't look like it. But yeah, just barely too slow. So I will do that once again. The bonus here is a pretty bad thing. We could have used that long ago, but yeah. So, like I said, the order of these challenges doesn't make much sense. Anyway, I'll try this challenge once again. It shouldn't be too hard to complete, at least, and you don't take any damage if you don't go into the area with the chest where the flames are. So that's good. So I'll just jump into it again and see you when I complete stuff. Which didn't take long at all, actually, since that was the first or the second try. But it's easier when I'm not talking and explaining stuff. And we had many seconds to spare, so yeah, I'm pleased with that. And we now have completed absolutely every single challenge and have gotten 4 stars in them. So let's leave. Now, before I end this episode, there is something I want to ask you guys who are watching this. In the last episode we got the ultimate augment that we can get. This one, Mithrarian's augment. And I want to ask you, since this thing will make us very overpowered, no matter where we are, and will make the end segment of the game pretty easy. Do you want me to be some sort of ultimate hero who can destroy absolutely everything, or do you want it to be at a somewhat more realistic level and not use that and just use the already powerful augment that I have, but not completely overpowered? That is up to you, and depending on how many votes I get for each one, we'll see what we'll do. And yeah, just tell me what you want to see, and I'll try to take care of that. Otherwise, our armor and stats and stuff like that are pretty good at this point. I'll try to make this, but we don't have all the wolf pelts, but I will take care of that between episodes. We also have this very good one here, which I believe is the best one before Mithrarian's augment, or maybe it's not, but we'll see. As for the rings, I think I have pretty much the best stuff I can have at the point, and same with my pendant here, so I think that's good. Also, stats. These are my stats at the moment. I got lots and lots of levels in the last episode, and this is what we'll go on with. Anyway, now that we have done that, it is time to save, and look at that. We have now completed the game 104%, so apparently we are done. So this is the end of the Let's Play, I guess. Or maybe not. So in the next episode we will carry on once again, and we will go on. So tell me your opinion on which augment I should use, and yeah, that's about it actually. So hope you enjoyed this episode. I hope I'll see you next time when we go on with the story once again. So see you then, and take care.